We then go to some more backstage interviews. So we've got Gene Oakland with Nikolai Volkoff and the Iron Sheik, where Iron Sheik begins by saying, "You know Gene Mean?" that's actually what he says. Oakland then accidentally calls Volkoff a commie, accidentally on purpose, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get some stuff with them later on the mic as well, so I'll come back to that. Lou Albano and the US Express then say that they're going to get the job done in their backstage interview. That was about as much as I could get from their thing. But of course, the US Express are Bray Wyatt, as we established not too long ago.
Yeah. Right. So, Alfred Hayes still stood in his little spot in the corridor. But people are walking through now. They don't care about him. Basically pushed him out of the way. So he's quite understandably quite distracted. He says, so me and Gene caught up with both teams and they had some opinions. So let us hear some more about those opinions. And then he cuts to it. So Captain Lou is there. The things in his face are horrible. Always really weirding me out. But old Iron Mike is in the back. Iron Mike Rotunda. I should clear up for anyone listening for the first time.
Yeah. Tyson?
He's a much nicer guy than Tyson, I'll tell you that much. Oh, Captain Lewis says that the team are on their way to the ring right now. Not bad, these two little promos. I've got to be honest. And I was buying up for this. I'll say this before this started. I was buying up for this match.
Of course you were. It was Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkoff against Bray Wyatt. What are you expecting? I should clarify for anyone who, again, hasn't listened to the previous episode in which we discussed this, is that this is Wyndham and Rotunda, which is the name of Bray Wyatt in real life, Wyndham Rotunda.
It was Barry Mike, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Barry Mike. Sorry, Mike. No, Mike Barry. That's the one. Right. So before the match, Nikolai Volkoff sings the Russian national anthem, and then the Iron Sheik shouts, "Russia number one, Iran number one, USA, ha!"
Yeah.
Classic bit of Iron Sheik.
Interestingly, doesn't see the Russian national anthem. It's the Soviet national anthem.
It is. Apologies. Yeah.
So you need to get your history right.
But Iron Sheik does say Russia number one.
He does as well, and I was like, oh, it's lovely. The heat on Volkov, quite understandably at the time as well, is sensational. And his voice is as good as Mean Gene's, I think.
I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, which I don't know if that's a criticism or not.
Me neither. Nikolai Volkoff was actually Yugoslavian or Croatian. It was Yugoslavia when he was born, though. Not Russian or from the Soviet Union. And he was also billed as being from Mongolia early in his career, which is interesting.
Yeah, well, to be fair, he does look like it.
So then we get the US Express come out with their dub music, which of course is because they were originally coming out to the Real American, which is now dubbed over Hogan's music later on. So why they didn't just cut out the middleman and give this straight to Hogan, who knows? But that's what happens here.
Real American, fight for the rights of... Tickets, talk over it, just like you did for Another One Bites the Dust.
So yeah, this is for the tag team titles. It's just under 7 minutes in length, and it ends when the Iron Sheik nails Barry Windham with Blassie's cane behind the referee's back, and Volkoff pins him to win the titles. Oh man, what were your thoughts on this one?
Well, first off, this feels like the first big match. This feels like the crowd are properly in this. They're bang up for the US Express. Iron Mike Rotunda, I think he needs to be renamed Bronze Mike, because his tan is Hogan-esque in this match. It is wonderful. Obviously, he carries it wonderfully because he's a great man. The match just goes on. Just goes at a lovely little pace for the first minute or so. And then Iron Sheik brings out the big one, brings out the big move, puts an abdominal stretch on Iron Mike, well, Bronze Mike. I'm in. And the commentators, great bit of commentary. I would say the commentary is good all the way through this, because there's they don't bounce off each other like they obviously will do as time goes on, but they're just very good at calling what they're seeing. And Gorilla, I think it says, Iron Sheik hasn't got his left leg down, so it's not locked in. Sure enough, a couple of seconds later, Bronze Mike, hip toss, lovely old job. This is after Bronze Mike has taken a bit of treatment, and then he makes the hot tag to Winders, and it all goes off. Then Wyndham and Volkov have a lovely little exchange. I need to get this in, because otherwise I'll forget. Volkov is great in this. He's really, really good. Considering he's a big old unit, he's in decent shape as well at this point. We mentioned this. Bret Hart's Bulldog. Now, it's not of the level, but Wyndham hits one on Volkov that is pretty sensational, this Bulldog that he hits. And then you get the dirty finish. And then there's just this little thing at the end that just makes it. Because this is 7 minutes. They get every ounce out of this. 7 minutes. But at the end, after old Winders has been whacked with the cane, the first thing Bronze Mike does is get in the ring and check on Wyndham. He don't go after the heels. He's checking on his mate. And I was like, that's just lovely. That's mates, that is. That's lovely. Great heat at the end. My match of the night. This is great stuff.
Matt, your response?
The stuff that they do here, I know. The America versus the foreigner type thing. I mean, I know back then it was, it was all the rage, and it was always
back
good.
They're still doing it now.
I know. It'll never go away. It'll always be popular, but it's just not to my taste. And it's really something I can never get on board with it. It's just not for me. And I find that I automatically switch off. So as soon as they started doing the anthem, I was like, okay. And I just think this is where my bad mood started to really creep in. And to be fair, match-wise, it wasn't bad, but just like I said, is this type of heat and this type of angle, it just does nothing for me. So it was too much for me to get into. So I kind of just switched off. To be honest, it's like I said, it wasn't that bad, but just not to my taste.
So this wasn't my match of the night, but it does have my MVP of the night, who is the Iron Sheik. As I thought, in addition to Volkoff being really good, the Sheik was really good as well. I thought, actually, Matt, you might like some of the stuff Sheik did here, because he does a gut wrench suplex. You love a gut wrench. We spoke about this before.
He did do that, to be fair.
And, of course, he did your favourite move, old man, as well, as you've already detailed, the abdominal stretch. So I was like, what's not to like? It's got something for everyone, this. It's fantastic. I just thought this was a really decent little tag team match. I went into this show anticipating that this would be my match of the night. As I said, it isn't, but I anticipated it would be, because it's not bad at all. I think Volkoff and Iron Sheik are really good. I think that Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda are really good as well. I think there's 4 actually decent wrestlers in the ring here, and they're all, in fairness, kind of bringing it a bit. There's actually a little bit of an attempt to create something a bit more than just what we've seen before. I mean, in fairness, as I said, a lot of it is being squash or jobber matches, really. So, this was, the first bit of genuinely decent action on the show, and I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it quite a bit. Also enjoyed the stuff with Freddie Blassie and Lou Albano on the outside, a couple of managers going at it. Albano had been a heel for the majority of his time in WWE, but again, by this point had been a babyface. After, I believe, pretty much just because he had appeared in Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun video, which is the only reason he really became a babyface, I believe. But anyway, worked well for me.
There's just not a lot to dislike here.
No, agreed.
And I think as well, understand your point, Matt, about the whole USA against effectively the rest of the world. When I was watching this, I feel like what these guys are doing a little bit is kind of saying to the main event that this is how you do a tag match. This is how you put a tag match together. And obviously it's a very different experience in the main event. But I think this is kind of maybe maybe I'm thinking about it too deep, but maybe this is the trade-off. So you're going to get a mess of a tag match in the main event because of everything around it. So you can have this lovely little tag match in the middle, and then you can have a cracking little time in the next match.